Okay, so in this video we're going to be talking about how to find the area of some basic shapes. So we're going to be focused on rectangles, triangles, parallelograms and trapeziums, and then we're going to do a harder question on the other side. So we're going to go through like how to work them out as well, and there are some that have formulas, so you can have those as well. So we're going to start with the rectangle. Now these are the easiest shapes to work out, so to find the area, we just do the length times width. Okay, so if we call this a length and this is the width, essentially just time the two sides together, so we would get 3 multiplied by 2, so the answer is 6 centimetres squared. Okay, all of these are going to be squares from now on, okay, because we're finding the area, and it's because we're multiplying two lengths together. Okay. So for the next one, triangle, it's very similar to the rectangle one, except we then need to divide by 2. So length times width divided by 2. Because a triangle, for example, is just half of what a rectangle would be. They sometimes do trick you by giving you all the sides, but actually you only need 2. You need the base of the triangle and the width, or sometimes it's called the height. I'm actually going to change that. I'm going to do base times height. Okay, so this is the base of the triangle, this is the height of the triangle. This long side here, if you've already done like trigonometry, that's just the hypotenuse, which is the longest side, and you don't need that for the area, okay? So we multiply those, so 3 multiplied by 4, and then we divide the answer by 2. So 3 times 2 is 12, divided by 2 is 6, so that's going to be 6 centimetres squared. Okay, the next shape we've got is a parallelogram. Now this is done very similar to a rectangle as well, so we're going to do the height multiplied by the width, so area, height times width, and again they try and trick you by giving you this slanty bit here. Okay, the height needs to be the vertical or perpendicular height, which is this one here. Okay, this is just if you were finding the perimeter, you would use that diagonal length, okay, because that's the length of the side. Okay, as I've said in a previous video, a parallelogram is just like a pushed over rectangle, so if we pushed it upright to then find the area, it would be this, which would be the height of the parallelogram. Okay, so we do 4 times by the 3, which gives us 12 centimetres squared. Okay, the next one isn't the hardest one, but it's the one that people always forget. Okay, so the formula is, I'm going to label these as the parallel side. So the top one we call A and the bottom one we call B, and then I've called this the height, because it looks like the height. So the area is the parallel sides added together, so A plus B. We divide that answer by 2. And then we multiply by the height. Okay, so if we do that with our numbers, we've got 5 plus 9, we half it, and then we times it by the height, which is 4. Okay, I'm going to do a different colour just because otherwise you're not going to know what's happening. Okay, so 5 times 9 is 14, half of 14 is 7, so 7 times 4, so the answer is 28 centimetres squared. Okay, so on the next side it's going to be a wordy question, okay, but it's still linking what we've just learnt. So the area of the parallelogram, which is this one here, is 4 times the area of the triangle. Find the value of h. Okay, so at the moment we don't know how to work out the area of the parallelogram, but we do know that this area is 4 times whatever this area is, okay, which we can work out. So we're going to start with just the area of the triangle. So area of triangle, as I said before, it's the height times by the base, and then we divide by 2. So 7 times 4, and then we divide by 2. 7 times 4 is 28, half of 28 is 14 centimetres squared. Okay, so that means that the area of the parallelogram as it said, is 4 times the area of the triangle. So it's going to be 4 times 14, which is 56 centimetres squared. Okay, now to find the area of a parallelogram, because we need to work out what h is, all we do is multiply those two together. So it would be 14 times h is equal to what we've just found, 56. Okay, now to find h, we need to do the opposite of what we've done here. So at the moment we've multiplied by 14, so we're going to divide both sides by 14. Okay, which gives us 4. Okay, so h is 4 centimetres. Okay, so it's still using the same concepts, it's just a bit of a wordy question.